Revelation is a book in the Bible. At least everyone agrees on that. That's not an irrelevant point, because it seems to come from a different universe to all the other books. There's none of the narrative structure of the Gospels, the simple passion of the Psalms, or even the moral framework of the law. Revelation just seems to work in a kind of dream logic, where weird things happen and are accepted as part of the landscape. In chapter 6, the stars fall to the ground like figs. By chapter 7, they're back in place, only for a third of them to be turned out in chapter 8. In chapter 12, another third of them are swept away by a dragon, and in chapter 22, one of them happens to be Jesus. Another star has a name, Wormwood, although what this information adds to the message is unclear. Nobody in the book seems to think that any of this is unusual. For some people, the unrestrained wildness of Revelation makes it the most important book in the canon. They're constantly thinking about it, interpreting current events through its lens, and have strong opinions on all the symbols and metaphors. Maybe you even skipped all the other books in this series to read this one. I get it. Other people just tune out completely, maybe out of exhaustion from being around the first group and a sense that unlocking this book won't make a difference. They know there's some weird future-focused stuff in here, but figure things will just pan out in the end. Revelation goes into the too hard basket and they focus on the message of the Gospels, building the church in the present. But Revelation is a book in the Bible. The same spirit that inspired Matthew, Romans, Genesis, and all the others is also speaking through Revelation. The same Jesus revealed in the first 65 books is the one we'll find in the last. We don't get the Bible we want, or the one that fits our theology. If this book is part of our scriptures, we have to assume it has something relevant to say, potentially even something that couldn't be said in any of the others. At the same time, Revelation is one book out of 66, which means that whatever we take from it needs to be proportional to its place in the broader biblical library. Any insights from the book have to be located within the rest of the Christian message. If something in Revelation makes you act, believe, or behave in a way that doesn't match the Jesus we see in the Gospels, that's a clue that you've probably misinterpreted it. Revelation is a book in the Bible, and we should approach it like any other, reading it in context, considering the genre, and using it in the process to make us more like Christ. The opening verse gives us a clue about how to do this. In the first few words, the author identifies its type of writing in a term that sounds familiar to us, but has a specific meaning.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?